the that verse, which is very important verse, where Krishna is saying to tolerate, because these things are anityas, agam apaino anityas tam tatiksho bharata. Okay. So today we are using the same link. Okay. Maybe tomorrow onwards we will use the new link. Okay. So there will be change in the our ID and the link. So you kindly take note. And today it will be shared same new ID. So tomorrow onwards you can follow that. Okay. So yesterday we were discussing this famous verse where Krishna says that these things, happiness and distress are like sukha and dukha are like sea, oshna, winter and summer season. Okay, shitoshna, sukha dukha, agam apaina anityas, they will come and go, they are anityas, they are temporary. So just tolerate, tam titikshu bharata, just tolerate, my dear Arjun. Text 15. Yam hina vyatyante te purusham purusharshabha sama dukkha sukham dhiram so amritvaya kalpate. Yam hina vyatyante te, O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed. Yam hina vyatyante. Okay. People who are not disturbed by what? Not disturbed by happiness and distress, and is steady in both, is certainly eligible for liberation. Right. The point is here, nobody gets disturbed by happiness. Right. People may get disturbed by distress, but nobody gets disturbed by happiness. But here Krishna is saying, people who are not disturbed by happiness. That means people is still, why Krishna is saying then that? Krishna is saying because there is this case also that people actually get disturbed by happiness, but unfortunately they don't understand that now they are disturbed. Okay. Anyone who is steady in his determination for the advanced stage of spiritual realization and can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness is certainly a person eligible for liberation. Srila Prabhupada saying in purport, who can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness. So the point is here, one should tolerate, one should not become overjoyful, overjoyful when there is happiness. Actually that is so called happiness. Right. And one should not be too much too much disturbed, or can't, like we can say, like crying, lamenting when there is some distress. Okay. In the Varnashrama institution, the fourth stage of life, namely the renounced order, sannyasa, is a painstaking situation. But one who is serious about making his life perfect surely adopts the sannyas order of life in spite of all difficulties. Difficulties may be there, but still people take sannyas. People go and they take what you call like renounce order, right? There are difficulties. You have no job, you have nobody, no family, no friend, nobody, you're just alone and you're just trying to practice bhakti, right? You have to beg for your food, for your clothing, for your shelter. Things are difficult, right? But a person who is having a job, a business, he is very sure, anyway I'll get my salary and I'll manage whole month. But for a renounced person, what is the guarantee that the next meal will come? So you will get disturbed. But it's very easy when you have faith in Krishna. Because when Krishna is giving to many millions of living entities, when Krishna is giving food, why he will not provide to me? Why? Still he will provide. Okay. So Krishna is providing food and all necessary things to the atheist also. People who are atheist, who do not believe in God, Krishna is giving to them. So why will not give to devotees? And especially those devotees who are leaving everything for Krishna, taking renounce order, right? But still there will be difficulties living alone. Practically, if you see in today's world, if somebody is in renounce order, he may get sometimes sick. Nobody is there, right? Sometimes alone. So there are difficulties. But what to do? People are accepting those difficulties. Why? Because they want to progress in bhakti. Prabhupada is writing, one who is serious about making his life perfect surely adopts the sannyas order of life. The difficulties usually arise from having to sever family relationship. To give up the connection of wife and children, these are the difficulties. It's not that easy job. Okay. Just cut off all the family relationship, all the connections to the wife and children. It's not that easy. Okay, it's not that easy. And not only from the external point of view, from within, from the point of view of soul, from your heart. Your heart is no more attached to your wife and children and your family relatives, nation, your land, motherland. Your heart is attached to Krishna. But if somebody's heart is attached to Krishna, then for that person it is very easy to cut off all these material connections, attachments. But without connecting ourselves with Krishna, if we try to reject these things, it's going to be tough. Okay, because the nature is that one has to get some nourishment from somewhere. Okay, so when we start getting nourishment from the spiritual point of view, from Krishna, from the devotees association, then it's easy. Okay, so giving up the connection of, it's not that easy. Just try to think about it. If you are married, just think you are not calling your wife or your husband for 1 month. No connection what she is doing, she or he, whoever, right? So what they are doing, family members, you don't know at all what they are doing. Now people cannot live without one day. If they don't call, they feel like I didn't speak. But it's that's why it is not that easy. Sometimes people will say, these renounce order people are so just like that, they'll go and they'll take donation and they'll enjoy like that. No, it's not that easy. Just imagine, you have no call, no video call, no audio call, no chat, nothing for 1 month with your child or your wife or your husband. Yeah. So it's, but if anyone is able to tolerate such difficulty, Srila Prabhupada is saying, surely his path to spiritual realization is complete. Somehow or other, if one can see from the Shastra Chakshu, from the vision of Bhagavad Gita, then things become very easier for achieving our main goal, eternal goal, superior goal. What is that? Spiritual realization. Going back home, back to Godhead. Similarly, in Arjuna's discharge of duties as a Kshatriya, he is advised to preserve even if it is difficult to fight. Okay, sorry. Similarly, in Arjuna's discharge of duties as a Kshatriya, he is advised to persevere even if it is difficult to fight with his family members or similarly beloved persons. It is difficult to leave them, and what to speak about killing them, your cousin, your brothers, your uncles, grandfathers, very loving, but Krishna is saying you kill them. So people may say, oh Prabhuji, our situation is too difficult, I can't do bhakti. Is this the situation we are facing? Krishna is telling you to kill your relatives and family members? No, then we are in a very good situation, we can do very easily, we can very easily please Krishna. But here Krishna is saying, if you want to please me, for my pleasure, you kill all your family members. please do it. That situation till now it not come to me at least, right? So we should be thankful that we are Krishna is not demanding that. Okay, so it's easy. Okay. Easy only when you have a higher goal that I want to please Krishna. Then only it is easy. Otherwise, it's not that easy. Okay, it's because pleasing Krishna, that's a topmost rasa. When Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is pleased with me, that ananda, that bliss is very high. So for that, the low class bliss, low class so-called happiness can be easily renounced. Okay. Lord Chaitanya took sannyas at the age of 24, and his dependents, young wife as well as old mother, had no one else to look after them. Very difficult. Yet for a higher cause he took sannyas and was steady in the discharge of higher duties. That is the way of achieving liberation from material bondage. Bhagavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us that he took sannyas. Even though his young wife is there, old mother is there, nobody is there to look after them, to take care of them. But he took sannyas, he went away. Right? For what? People may say, you are leaving your wife, your mother, you are so like this, no responsibilities you are taking care. What is this? But he has taken the higher responsibilities. Right? So many people say, why you have put this kind of dress, why you have left everything, you have so many responsibilities, you should get married and this, that. A lot of things they will say. Right? But the point here is, for a higher cause, you have to leave something, right? So you can ask even to the people fighting at the border, why they are there? Everybody should protect their house now. Why somebody has to sit in the minus 20 degree in Ladakh or somewhere there in Kashmir? They are day and night, they are struggling there, na? For what? Don't they have any wife or children or family members, old mother? No, they have. But they are fighting there. Why? For a higher cause. Somebody fighting there at the border, his wife may also get sick. His mother may be old. His mother may need some medicines. So he may think, why I am fighting, I'll go back, I'll get another job. There are so many jobs I can do. I can stay with my family. What is this? So, but they are taught, they are trained to think from a higher point of view. That why you are thinking to protect only one family? Just because it is your family? Think higher. Think to protect millions of families. That great cause you are contributing. Think about that. Then that person fights. So now here, when a person fighting on the border for a higher cause, which is to protect the life, the material things of the people of the nation, they are glorified like anything. But here a sannyasi, a renounced person, he is giving up all family things, all relatives and everything for a superior cause, spiritual cause. What is that? To protect the soul from the clutches of Maya. That is that. Sannyasis, renounced people are doing. They are interfering in others' life and bringing them out from the clutches of Maya. Jiva is sleeping in the lap of Maya, and this person is going and saying, Jeev Jago, get up. He is protecting us. So this renounced people may look, he left everything, no responsibilities following, everything he left. But of course he has left his responsibilities, but he has taken higher responsibilities. Right? He's not only trying to protect the body, but he is working on the soul platform. He is trying to protect the soul of the people. Okay, so for a higher cause, Srila Prabhupada went. Otherwise, what is the problem? Prabhupada was nicely situated in Vrindavan, and even for his, this is too much. Even for a spiritual point of view, if you think Vrindavan is the best place, where else you want to go? In your old age, in Vrindavan you are settled, you have got a nice quarter to live there, people respect there, everything is there for you. Even though if you don't get any food in Vrindavan, you will get easily. Many devotees are coming, they will definitely give you food. There is no problem in Vrindavan that one will not get food. So in old age, 70-year-old man, why would he go to somewhere in malicious country where he is not even sure that he will get some vegetarian food? Forget about the prasad and all those cleanliness and all those Vaishnava level of etiquette or standards in the kitchen. Forget everything. Just simple pure food, vegetarian food, no guarantee. That I am talking about 60s. That time people even don't know that this dress is called sannyasi dress. They don't know. Once Prabhupada was standing in a queue for to use a washroom. He was standing in a queue in somewhere in foreign country. Then some Indian person went there, understanding the thing that, oh, this person is called sannyasi, and in India they are respected too much and they are given first priority. Then people there, they understood, oh, is it like that? So then they asked him to come at first, right? Because they don't know. For them it is just another fashion. I wear such dress, you wear such dress, just another thing. Right? At present there may be some people, many people are there who knows that this is some Hindu culture, some religious personalities. That time they didn't know. So why Prabhupada would go there? Why? For a higher cause, to protect the people. Just think if Prabhupada would have thought his own this thing, anyway I am settled in Vrindavan, I am old, what I will do, I have no money, no power, what I can do. Anyway, Gurudev, you can also understand my situation, you know everything, I am trying my best, I cannot go, you know, right, I have no money, this, that. So my Gurudev, I am sitting here in Vrindavan only, whatever best I can do from here only. So, what will be the situation then? I will be somewhere in the jail, I think. Because it is Prabhupada who went everywhere and gave this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then wretched soul like me got this opportunity to read, to hear his transcendental voice, recorded lectures, and at least trying to come on the right path. Many people became pure devotees. Many devotees are there who are doing wonderful services to Krishna now. Think about that. What would have been the situation of the world? At least this much devotees, just because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, these many devotees in all over the world are chanting Hare Krishna, doing Sankirtana, early morning, making this transcendental sound of holy name everywhere. So, the world is still in some situation so that people are able to live at least, otherwise would have been gone. So this is the thing, that for a higher cause we have to leave the lower responsibilities. Because a person may get married, and even devotee, he may get married and take care of his wife and children and family members and make them devotee. So he has responsibility to make 4 or 5 members as devotee and take care of their livelihood and all. But a sannyasi, he has responsibility for thousands of people sometimes. Right? My Gurudev, having 50,000 disciples, even more, he is taking responsibility of that many. So he has that many spiritual child. If you say, he is a spiritual father for everyone, all his disciples. Many sannyasis from ISKCON, they have many disciples, they are taking care of them, they are asking their well-being, right? There. So this is the point. He is taking care. One person may ask his wife, his children, whether you have chanted or not, completed your round. But a spiritual, renounced person has so many people to talk to them, and take care of them. He has to make some time list. Okay, this Prabhuji chanting this many, this Prabhuji. You have to look after every week. This. Oh, why this Prabhuji is not joining class? Okay, Hare Krishna, why you are not coming in the class? He has got a higher cause. Many families, many children, many people, many friends. Right? So think from a broader perspective. So for a higher cause, one has to take those things. So here even for Arjuna also this is recommended that he should fight for a higher cause. Okay, this is ultimately pleasing Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Text 16 we shall do tomorrow. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Any question you can ask. Yeah. Okay. So I